You know, when you're in your early 20s, it can feel like everyone expects you to have your entire life figured out. But what if you had a blueprint? Well, that's exactly what we're going to walk through today, a really practical daily guide made for the 21-year-old woman.
But before we even dive in, there's something we got to get straight. It's so easy at 21 to feel that pressure, to feel like you're falling behind everyone else. This whole blueprint, though, is built on one simple, powerful idea. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be.
And look, let's be super clear here. This is not just a bunch of motivational fluff. It's not another inspirational quote to post and forget about. This is a concrete, actionable blueprint, a set of instructions you can literally start using today.
So, this blueprint is all about helping you build the best version of yourself. And not in some giant, overwhelming leap, but through small, consistent things you do every single day. It all starts with the core formula.
The foundation for this whole thing is a pretty powerful equation. It's not about an overnight change. Instead, it's about three key things that work together. Discipline, to actually do the work. Self-respect, to believe you're worthy of the effort. And daily alignment, to make sure every little thing you do is actually moving you forward.
Okay, so how do you actually do this? Well, it starts the second you open your eyes. Those first couple of hours of your day, they're not just a warm-up. They're when you set your authority for the entire day, setting the tone for everything that's going to follow. This morning ritual is really just 3 simple steps. First, waking up with a purpose instead of just grabbing your phone. Second, activating your body to clear out the mental cobwebs. And third, a simple grooming routine to build that self-respect we talked about. So let's start with number 1. The key to waking with purpose is this. Before you let the world rush in, before you check a single notification, you just take a few quiet moments to ask yourself this one powerful question. It's a simple thing, but it puts you in the driver's seat of your day. Step 2 is all about getting your body moving. And listen, this isn't about some crazy intense workout. It's about a simple idea. Movement equals mental clarity. A few minutes of stretching, maybe a short walk, that's all it takes to clear that morning fog.
And that brings us to the final piece of the morning puzzle, grooming. But don't think of this as just, looking good. Think of it more as a ritual of self-respect. When you take the time to consciously care for your body, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain that says, hey, I am worthy of this care and attention.
All right, you've set the tone for the day, you're feeling good. Now we move into what we're calling the building phase. This is where you take all that focused energy and pour it into your learning, your work, or whatever skill you're trying to master. For this part of the day, there's a magic number, and that number is 90. The whole idea is to work in 90-minute blocks of deep, totally uninterrupted focus. This is where the real progress happens. And this really highlights a critical choice you have to make every day. On one side, you've got deep focus. It builds momentum, and honestly, it's probably more valuable than just being smart. But on the other side, you've got multitasking, which just drains your energy and leads to shallow, forgettable work. It really all boils down to this. At 21, your attention is your most precious asset. The blueprint is super clear on this. You've got to practice digital discipline. Use your tech as a tool to build things, not just as a way to escape boredom. Okay, so you've had a day of focused work. Now it's time to shift gears into the reset phase. How you end your day is just as important as how you start it. This is all about intentionally winding down to avoid burnout and really lock in the progress you made. A huge part of the evening routine is this really simple, 3-part emotional check-in. The first question is easy. What went well? And we're not talking about huge wins here. It's about training your brain to spot the good stuff and practice a little gratitude. The next question, well, this one requires some real honesty. What drained me today? Answering this helps you pinpoint the things in your life that are sucking up your energy, whether it's a task, a person, or a habit. You can't change what you're not aware of. And the last question, maybe the most important one for growth, is simply, what did I learn? This reframes every single day, even the really tough ones, as a chance to grow. It turns every experience into a lesson, so you're always moving forward. The day wraps up with an act of what you could call silent self-improvement. Sleep. Getting high-quality sleep in a dark, phone-free room isn't a luxury. It's a total non-negotiable. It's when your brain and body do all the repair work and process everything you learned. So, that's the schedule. But what's the mindset? What are the core values that make this whole thing work? Let's look at the non-negotiable principles that should guide every single decision you make within this blueprint. It's all about making these simple swaps in your thinking every single day. Choose discipline over just doing what you're in the mood for. Choose progress, small daily steps, over trying to be perfect. Choose self-respect over chasing approval from other people. And choose consistency for the long haul over short, intense bursts that just lead to burnout.
So if you do all this, what's the end game? What are you actually building? Well, it's these essential inner qualities. We're talking about a real, calm confidence, the ability to regulate your emotions, a deep sense of curiosity and gratitude, and so importantly, the strength to set healthy boundaries. All right, let's bring this all together. If you were to boil this whole blueprint down to just one single sentence, its absolute core, what would it be? Let's look at the one-line formula that is your main takeaway.
Here it is. This is the heart of the entire thing. It's not about overwhelming yourself with a million tasks. It's about doing a few key things every single day and doing them with honesty and self-respect. When you do that, the best version of you isn't something you have to force. It just starts to emerge naturally.
So, there you have it, the complete framework. But really, it's more than that. It's an invitation. The blueprint is in your hands now. The only question left is, what are you gonna build with it?